Good Thursday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV. Wow, what a truly beautiful Thursday morning it is here. Hey, good Thursday morning there, and it really is. It's not too hot, not too humid, not too cool, and I just took a cold shower because I forgot to turn on my water heater in the camper. I tell you what, this camper, it's incredible. That camper so accommodates me. Unbelievable. I mean, it really is. I could easily move back into the house, but I truly enjoy that camper. It really is. The bed's comfortable. I mean, it's just such a great setup, and I just enjoy the change, everybody. Isn't life all about change? Now, isn't this nice? No dog crap. No piss everywhere. Now, in the house, is that a different story? But I know the wife would have texted me and told me it was a chit show if it was, but here we are getting the lights, camera, action on for you. I forgot to show you guys yesterday the black Ford truck report. Some may have seen it, but we'll go over that in a little bit. I got to go to the house and get the dogs out because I've got a whole system I think's going to work. And it's what's funny is this camera got a film on it right now? It does. Let me wipe that off. I tell you, it's never ending trying to make video content for you guys and keeping these screens and everything else clean. It's not easy. So, let's see. Yeah, it's a lot better. So, I got a routine down. I tell the wife that in the morning, she usually lets the dogs out about 7 a.m. I'm putting the dogs in about 9:30. And so we get up morning, let all the dogs out. But when you come back in, then give them their food. And then I'll be over the house after you leave, and then I'll let them out, and it'll probably be time for them to go to the bathroom. And I'm telling her, when I'm gone, those dogs are going to be cooped up all day long. There's no reason to be giving them a lot of food. Then she said, what about treats? I'm like, nope, I do not give them treats. You know, I was seeing blood. One of the dogs was definitely starting to bleed from all those treats, those bones. I was very concerned. I didn't say anything on my channel, but I'm going to tell you straight up that I was very concerned one of those dogs had injured its internals with those bones. So the treats are just a gig for the dog industry to make more money off of you. Giving your dog treats. Dogs don't need treats. It's a waste of money. You're wasting your money. It's just another gig on you and I start a company to sell dog treats to people, and everybody goes, yeah, let's do that, right? Dogs aren't like humans having to have sugars and ice cream cones and everything else. So here we are. Let's see how these guys are doing. And here they are. They're all here. I'm going to put my coffee down because otherwise it'll get spilled. Hey there, pup. So let's get Gypsy out first. Now, Gypsy, let's get this food up because otherwise we'll be eating throughout the day. This some challenge here is going to spill everywhere. It is what it is. Hey there, Diesel boy. Okay, so see, they didn't even eat much, so it just shows you that it's like these dogs are starving by any means. So let's go, come on. Let's go, come on, everybody, come on. Come on, get out. Now, the wife claims that the neighbor is walking their dog, and I hope he's not down there. They're chasing the butterfly. Oh, you're chasing the butterfly, so now everybody stays outside. No, you don't go back in. This is the danger. They'll all come back in the house, and then they'll crap everywhere. So come on, let's go. Over here. Let's walk around. Come on. Come on, everybody, go. Go. Let me lock up the house real quick. It's not easy. I have to spray. I tell you, man. It is never-ending work. I tell the wife sometimes, I'm just about done. I'm like, I think it's time to move on. I was telling our wife last night, all we do is argue. It's always about the money. It is. It's always arguments about the money. How I failed. What I did. I failed. I screwed myself buying all these material things. And I'm like, maybe it's just time to move on. And, this is so much work, everybody. This is so much work. You don't get it until you do this stuff. So to me, if my wife is like, you know what, I'm ready to retire, and I'm up for it, I'd be like, okay, we're good. We're done. If we had to rehome some of the dogs, make it work, I guess we would. I mean, whatever. This is just so much money, and I could just clear all my problems and just leave and have a different lifestyle. You'd lose this. I don't know how my channel would continue. I don't know, because but here's the thing: the wife, the wife doesn't want to retire. The wife is a worker, so you know I've witnessed this in my lifetime. I have witnessed in my lifetime small business owners, individuals. They have nothing else besides work. That's all they have. So that's all they do. They work until they drop dead. I'm sure other people know these stories. My wife is at the age she can retire. We're at the age we could cash out of everything and go live very happily ever after. I wouldn't have all these toys, but what difference does it make? You don't drive them anyways. So anyways, whatever. All you're hearing from me is it's just look, I'm gonna have to spend the day spraying all of my property. This will be a good 2 hours to work. Then I got to get motivated, jump on the lawnmower, and go cut grass for 3 hours today because of the field, if not 4 hours. So today, I could literally just stay home all day without even tackling the air conditioning problem of putting an air conditioner in the house, blah, 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 blah. Not even knowing what lies ahead for me and the business side. Yeah. So here it is. So it's so much nicer now to come in this shop and not to be having to pick up dog crap and piss everywhere. And so when I'm gone, what I told the wife is, you just have to get up earlier and let the dogs out. And then by the time you leave, you know, I mean, I already know. For me to be gone very long, it's not going to happen. There's no way. This is just too much responsibility. But it's all changed. All right, come on. Here we just get upstairs. I don't know if I can chase you guys around. Come on, come on, let's go. Come on, pups. Come on, where's Willow? So it's all changed. So it's just a whole different dynamics down there in Florida. Come on, Will. Of what we had, what we did. You know, it was just such an adventure when Julia was younger to be with my mother and father and blah, blah, blah. But that's all gone. As you all know, you know, that won't be what it is anymore. My sister's moved to my father's house. The bedroom I used to use is no longer my bedroom. It's her bedroom. So when I go down there, where am I sleeping? I don't know. What am I taking down? Blah, blah, blah. But that's next week's adventure. That's not this week's adventure. But as you know, time moves so quickly that, you know, it'll be next week before you know it. Like I said before, it'll be the end of June before you know it. June is such a fast month. And I think it's just because of so many years of going to school, and we all looked forward to getting out of school. And by the time we got out of school, poof, it was time to go back to school. Who doesn't remember those days? You're like, oh man, school starts in another week. This sucks. So, where is my phone? I think I put my phone in the shop there. And yeah, so what are we talking about today? It's so funny. There's an empty hole there. Where'd it go? So it's the Colorado, that heavy ass air conditioner I bought yesterday. It's a roll around. And I want Brian to help me get a truck. I'm just at the age where if you can have somebody help you lift heavy stuff, you're better off, because otherwise you injure yourself. And that's what you try to do. So, all right, here's the phone. Oh, I was going to show you earlier. So this cracks me up about life. All the technology we have, it's really incredible. All the technology we have, but yet at the same time, we don't have all that technology. And meaning you can't trust the technology. So here's the report right here on that black Lightning truck. And let's see if we can get my swimming towel out of the way. So here you go. So it shows, first of all, it shows, what does it show? So it shows the VIN number, what year it was, 2022. Let's see when I bought that thing. So look here, Total loss, no issues. Structural damage, no issues. Airbag, odometer, accident, no issues. And then manufacturer recall, no recalls. Warranty active. So funny, my pants here are driving me nuts. Damn pockets hanging out. Damage brands, guarantee. So you look at this. Oh, this truck's clean. First guy bought it was corporate. I was the second guy. So I owned that truck 2 years, 7 months. So think that through. I made 24 payments, more than that. I actually made, because I got behind on 3 payments. So 24 minus 3, 26. So I made 26 payments on that truck, everybody, of $2,200 a month. I'm not lying to you. What is, let's just take $2,000 times 12 months is $24,000. Times 2 years is $48,000. Times 4 months is $56,000. Plus it's $200 a month. I paid over $60. I'm gonna have to call Ford and say, how the hell did I make $65,000 in truck payments in that truck? And they show that I have a balance of $93,000. Is this highway robbery, everybody? This country is screwed. You don't want to hear it, but you're going to hear from me. This country's screwed. These bankers, it is the worst. It's the worst, man. Even I just am now connecting. You got to be crapping me. I'm gonna tell you what, man. I feel like just calling something Ford and going, you're a bunch of freaking assholes. You guys suck. Attorney calls me, I'm going, screw you. Come chase me. Get judgments. I don't give two shits. Try and get my money. I know how to play this game. I'm learning a lot, everybody. You have no idea what I'm learning, how to play this freaking system in this country, of how you can screw other people. Good luck getting your fucking money. You screwed me, Ford. You screwed me. $65,000 in payments. I'm gonna tell you straight up, I gotta get in my books and see how much I paid for that truck. How much should I finance? I'm so riled up right now. I still want to go upstairs in my computer and just look at what I financed on that freaking truck. What a joke. What a joke, everybody. Oh my God. This is unbelievable. But once again, if you're the guy that goes to buy this truck and you go, I'm going to pull a Carfax report, you have no clue you're buying a truck that had nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. So Carfax, you're a dumbass. Carfax. And the thing is, you're going to pay for this freaking thing. The guy at the dealership gave this to me as a favor to me. So you're going to go print that report on your own. You got to spend the money. You think Carfax is in business to give you things for free? Who's looking for me now? Oh, these freaking phone calls all fucking day long. All day long. All day long. I get phone calls all day long. And I even have my phone blocking all these freaking phone numbers. They still get through. Who the hell knows? All right. What a joke. What a joke. What a joke. What a joke. It really is, everybody. And, the guy Brett out there, I know Brett's my regular follower. Be like, well, you signed the paperwork. Right. Right, but you feel good about that? You feel good about a finance company that charges you $65,000? I guess I paid, the interest on that thing wasn't 29 or 30%. It wasn't that high. It was probably like a 9% loan. How does that factor in 100? I know I financed probably about $110,000 on that truck. That'd be my guess. But I think I bought that truck outright. I am so riled up about this right now. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find that number. Wow. Well, look at this, everybody. Look. I financed $108,000. How the hell? Stop it. The dog's going to drive me nuts. How the hell do I sold $93,000 on this truck? Now, look at this here. So I added on, it's incredible how the dogs bark when I talk. It just drives you nuts. I added on $6,726. Tango? I'm going to kick your ass out of here. $6,726 of add-ons to that truck. So realistically, that was about $101,000 really financed truck. So now let's see what the rate was. All right, so it was 11.65% rate on that truck. So that if I kept the truck for 72 months, I would have paid them $43,000 in finance charges. All right. So now, over 27 months, that should have been $16,000 of interest charges. I know that number is kind of rough. So there's 16 grand. So now, let me see here. So I was close. $2,100 a month. $2,100, but I paid $2,200. So at $2,200 times 27 months, $59,400 minus, I'll just say $18,000 for the hell of it. That's $41,400 that should have been taken off of the $108,000. So I should owe them like $67,000. Where the hell are they getting $93,000? So I'm going to show you what my sister texted me. All right, so this is what's driving me nuts. There is your last VIN 10929, right? VIN 10929. So I'm looking at the right, I've got a ton of these notices. So Ford is saying that I owe them so $93,000. 2.5 years later on a $108,000 loan. Hey, everybody, then it shows that it went to auction for $43,600. So they're saying I owe them $49,623. Then what they're doing, they're showing they have credits in the back end, but also expenses on the back end. The 3154 would be those add-ons, which I'm not so sure that's everything, but that's what they're showing. So they're saying they're going to now chase me for $47,000. Does anybody, I need to get a guy that knows how to screw with these car companies, an attorney, and just give them all these notices and just show me how to play this game. And tell these guys to go pound sand. I mean, everybody, I'm not making this up. You just saw, I made $22 a month payments. And the reason that truck was let go is because I got behind on the payments. After you're 3 months behind, they come get the truck. So when did I buy the truck? Let's look at that. I don't even know. So let's go back to that bill of sale. And let me see here. I'm going to have to put that up there. I bought that truck on the 13th of 2022. 9/13/2022. Wasn't it last? So I kept that truck from September to September of 2023. So that was so I may be embellishing here. Maybe I made 18 payments. But let's think it through. So my first payment wasn't probably due till November. So I'll take November to November of 2023. That's 12 payments. And then you go to December, and then you go into, I would say, in 2024. So I'll be very conservative, and I'll say then that I only made 16 payments, just to be the devil's advocate. 16 times 2,200 is $35,200. It's like $500 a month in interest. 500 times 16, so that's minus 35,200. That's 27,200. So 108 minus 27,200 is 108 minus 27,200 is $80,000. $80,000 minus the 43,600. So I'll just be very conservative here. Minus 43,600, 37,200, and in the back end, $3,100 off of that. So we're down to 34. So I should, so being very, very conservative, I should be owing them like 45 grand if I only made, what did we say, 16 payments. So because if you think about it, it would have been 12 payments to November 2024 or 2023, but then December 20, that would have been what? Is that right? 12 payments? Sure. So I've been 13, 14 January, 15 March, 16 April, 17 May. So it's either May, I would say it's May, maybe April or May was the last payment I probably made in that car. So I'd say 16, 17 payments. So for me, yeah, and I'm off. I'm thinking I made 24 plus payments. I didn't make 24 plus payments. I don't think I did. I have to go through my books and my computers and everything else. But so once again, why is that number so high? That number, I feel that number's off. Very, a good $10,000. And then let me see here. I got to do my the phones and all this other stuff on this truck. But then we have to say to yourself, is that truck originally the retail price of that truck was $95,851. But yet it went to auction for $43,600. So that truck basically, what's $43,600? $43,600 times 2 is $87,200. So it didn't even truck. What's the number? Is that about a 45%? Let's see. 40%. No, I can't do it that way. Trying to do all this stuff with you guys on the phone and whatever. What else we got to talk about today, right? So it's 45, basically a 45% depreciation on that truck. Wow. So that truck, let's just say that truck could at least have held. There ain't nobody here. I mean, to me, you buy a Ford truck for $100 grand. Is it really worth half 2 years later? I mean, I'll just be the devil's advocate and say it had a 55% value. So 95,851. Well, yeah, times 0.55%. So that truck should have had at least about a 52.7. It should have had close to $10,000 more in value. So with the payments, which I think are questionable on how money is applied, but look how much money Ford's already made off that truck just off the interest and financing. So to me, if the truck would have had $10,000 worth more value, then I would have been from $34,000 to $24,000 of deficiency. So wow. Oh my gosh, it just doesn't end, everybody. You do the things I do, and you're crazy as much as I am. It's very, yeah. So yeah. So, oh boy, hey, you having fun yet? Now the question is, do we do a Friday morning? Live session? I mean, people said last week that was fun. Just do it once a week. So. Well, what do you talk about? I'll tell you, the other day I was talking about the robots. Get this. So, Robot Labs. Have you ever heard of Robot Labs? Well, you will be hearing a lot more about them. I was reading an article this morning on the Wall Street Journal. No, actually, I was reading it in the Washington Business Journal. That's a local business. It's actually throughout the country, but they cater to your specific region, wherever you live, if you want to know what's going on in the news. You get all the public records of people filing bankruptcies, tax liens, new businesses, commercial real estate sales, everything. It's very good, informative paper. Joe's mother worked for them. She was a photographer for this DC metro area for many, many years. She went out and took pictures and interviewed people. They always wanted to do a highlight in my company. I never wanted to do it. Years ago, I was like, I don't want to be in the spotlight. So anyways. That was like 10 plus years ago. So now, the paper talks about Robot Labs, a guy in 2007 out of Texas, computer wizard engineer, started this company. he saw a niche that would eventually be needed. So this is what's interesting, is on, what do you think the average age in this Metro DC area of a maid, a janitor, cleaner is? What do you think that is? And I have no idea. It's 55 years old. The younger generation wants nothing to do with being maids, janitors. There's no way they ain't doing it. So what's going on is this Robot Labs rents. You can actually rent a robot that will go into buildings and clean the buildings. It'll go in and sweep all the floors, vacuum the floors. It'll have, it has some limits to it. I was watching this the other day on YouTube or somewhere. They have capability going clean bathrooms. So it's a growing trend. They're used for medical. And right now they have 30 locations nationwide. So they just set one up here in Bethesda, Maryland, and they just now opened another one up here in Fairfax, Virginia. And they're opening them up down there in Florida. And so he's slowly expanding, where, you know how you and I went to the rental tool place to rent that tool that you didn't want to go spend by, you only use one time? Well, here you go. So this guy's in the very infinite stages of him creating a service and an opportunity. I bet you it's going to be a great business to get into down the road. Anybody thinking about, what do I get into? Wow, this is interesting. As time goes on, this is going to be the next big thing. It was just like, who doesn't wish they got into the storage space business? You go buy a piece of land, you throw up a warehouse building where people can store their goods, and you charge them every month. I mean, that's a great idea. It's a great renewable, you're making money whether you work or not, per se. So the Robot Labs, borderline, you'd be curious just to go to the location to look at it and see the demonstration. I will. Maybe I'll go by there and do a little YouTube video and just go get the guy some exposure and just see how real this is, and really how it's just going in front of our eyes. We're living in times that we're literally going to see things transform like never ever seen, I believe. And I think I mentioned this the other day that Amazon has 750,000 robots in their warehouses, and they've eliminated 100,000. I talked about the other day about how the delivery vans, how everything's going automated, robotic. Wow. I mean, it's just incredible where we're going in today's society, and it's replacing so many people's positions of working. And what's the infrastructure of mankind of the future? Of how are you self-sufficient? I mean, sadly, I think it goes to the governments. I think it's just going to be a big pot of money thrown into the government, and you'll be happy to have roof and shelter and food and water, and that's probably going to be the norm for so many people. It could be wrong, but you just certainly have to wonder, with all this development of technology that's overtaking man's responsibility, why would a company pay you to sit home all day long and do nothing? Wait a second, they already do that. They do. It's massive. So, on to other things, the Dodge Charger is not being eliminated with the electric battery. Just so you know, somebody the other day or other week reached out and said the Dodge Charger electric car, and I talked about this the other day as well, is no longer in existence. No, that's not right. What's going on is for 2025, after 2025, they will no longer build an RT basic, the lower level battery pack. In 2026, they will continue to build the Dodge Charger electric vehicle, SCAT Pack Edition, no more RT Edition, with the 670 horsepower electric battery pack, 620 foot-pounds of torque. So the electric Charger is not going away. People think it is. No. It's going to get confusing. You know why it's going to get confusing? Because you're going to have all these different options on how you order the car. You're going to have the Hurricane basic motor, the Hurricane high output motor, or I guess you're going to have, well, that's it. That's right. That's it. They're not going to put the Hemi motor back in. In the Ram truck, they are. So I was getting that confused. So the Ram 1500 Hemi truck, you're now going to have a V6 option, an inline 6 Hurricane basic. You're going to have an inline 6 Hurricane high output, or they're bringing back the 5.7 Hemi motor for that truck. And I think, why wouldn't they put the 6.4 in there? Why wouldn't they put the 6.2 Hellcat motor in? Yeah, for the record, The Dodge Durango lives on with the Hellcat motor. So anybody bought those Dodge Durangos, last call, and you thought you got the hell of the last one, you got screwed. They're going to make the Dodge Durango in 2026 yet another year with the Hellcat motor. So the Hellcat motors are going away. So it only tells you one thing: Tim Knuskis is back in charge. Whether you realize it or not, I've talked about this before. When Carlos Tavares was there, he pissed a lot of people off. Tim Knuskis eventually raised his hand. He left. Well, when Carlos left and was basically booted out because of his terrible management and raising the prices on all these cars, Tim Knuskis came back, and he's in charge of the Ram division. So he's up to something. I wish Tim would build a two-door cab Hellcat truck. That would be badass. Now, would I qualify to buy that anytime soon? Not really, but the whole point is, hey, Tim, build a two-door. I mean, you could even do a four-door lowered Ram Hellcat setup. I mean, that would be truly, and make it all-wheel drive, so it's very usable, because it'll sort of stick to the road. That would be badass. So there's no doubt in my mind, Tim Knuskis is behind the wheel, driving the engine. And I guarantee you, before the year's out, you're going to hear that they're going to release probably in 2027. I don't think it'll come in 2026. Maybe that the Hellcat's back in the Ram package, and they're probably going to use the Red Eye motor. And you got the baddest ass production truck ever coming to the marketplace. Sign up to get one. But I hope that they give you options. A TRX package, a two-door package, or a four-door package. And man, if they made a two-door Ram Red Eye, lowered with a bright body fascia, come on, would that be just so badass? Yeah, speaking of that, the race truck is coming back. I got to look at the payoff on that race truck and see what I'm going to do with that. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. So when that thing gets back home, I got to cross the bridge. I'm making decisions on that one. And the Harley 2021 is still the same old story. Nothing's changed. Nothing. Goose egg. Same story. Isn't that something? Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable for the motorcycle. And I hear everybody out there, Harley's losing the flavor. Harley's, losing the market. Harley's things are too expensive. They don't hold any value. Well, the CUST, that hasn't done bad. My CUST, if I try to sell my own, but I don't want it. I don't want to do it. I already know. I'm going to advertise for 38 grand, and everybody and their brother's going to be hitting me up 30 cash, 32, 33, 34, 35, 35, So for me, it's like, Or I don't know, maybe I do just advertise it for $39,999, and guy gives me 38 for it, and there you go. That would be, so I don't know. But the problem now is I'm getting ready to leave next week. So all that's, this just traveling so takes away from your efficiency of doing things, because leaving puts everything on hold. And that's what I did. For me as an individual, I am really going through some challenging times. I really am. And the reason I say that is I have given so much to my family and those so close to me. And now I'm going through incredibly financial hardships like I have ever gone through. This is worse than 2008, what I went through in 2008. So this is just, most people couldn't even hold the composure or sleep at night or turn themselves into the Salem Asylum of what I'm going through on the back end, that you have no clue what's going on. You have no idea of what I'm going through in my life. And so it's so sad is I have gone out of my way to take care of my family and friends and other people very close to me. And now that the hardships are here, there's nothing there. Their position is, you've created your own problem. It's not my problem. So, oh well. I'm not lying. It is really bad. And even to the point, I've told the wife, it's like, I think it's just time it's time to just move on. For you and I, all we do is argue. And it's not worth it. So I think it's time for me to move on. For us just to sell everything And I'll just have to start over somewhere else and just figure something else to do with my life and just get out of this whole thing I've got myself into. Because there's nobody in my family or anybody that wants to throw me a bone to get through these challenging times. And it's like, wow. It's just like hard lessons that I myself have spoiled everybody in my family, my brother, my sisters, my father, my mother, my daughter, my wife, my in-laws. And at the end of the day, it ain't my problem, man. It ain't my problem. That's your problem. So it's really bad. So to the point where I'm just about to say, you know what? I'm done. I am done. I'm going to go and live my life on my own, do something else, and just cash out and get rid of all this crap I got myself into and just move on. And hey, go figure out your own. Don't call me. Don't call me. Because when I got myself into some hardships, your position was, I ain't going to help you. But yet I helped you for the last 30, 40 years. Plus. Yeah, so is it a shit show? It's a shit show. And I give people very confidential information that other people wouldn't do. And it's not over. So you understand, it's not over. The vehicle is being repossessed. There's a whole other chapter getting ready for that to happen again. Now, do I share it with you and show it to you? I don't know. But you know, maybe I just stepped. I said to myself in 2008, I woke up one morning. I'll never forget this. I looked in the mirror and I said, you know what? It doesn't work anymore. It's time to move on. And that's what I did. And the wife was like, what? I'm like, hey, I'll come back. There's no doubt in my mind I'll come back. Just what am I doing? I don't know yet, but I'm going to get through this crap and then figure it all over again. And I made a huge mistake of being the nice guy all over again. And being the nice guy, going to car dealerships and motorcycle dealerships all over again and buying all this shit. And now, who are your friends? It's all about the money, everybody. It's the money, and it's nasty. It's extremely nasty. And if people have all the money, they'll treat you just that way. So that's it. I'm going to shut the hell up. I got to get going to work. I got to make another buck to pay another bill. Because I got huge bills, everybody. Really appreciate the tips. I was thinking last night, man, if I had 1,000 people, just give me $25 each, man, that'd start helping me out. Wow, that'd be awesome. I mean, I think to myself, wow, all it would take is just a little bit of money from each person to start helping me get out of the crap show I'm in. And YouTube, you can't do it on YouTube. You can't do it. YouTube is too greedy. They have their own agendas, their own ball game. And for me, you can see, I've busted my ass on this channel, do everything I can do. And I make $200 to $300 a month. That's what I make. I'm not lying to you. I'll be more than happy to show the analytics. I make $200 to $300 a month for all the relentless hours I put on this channel. So I've told you many times, if it was really about all that money only, there's no way I would still be doing what I'm doing. There's no way. And I sometimes think I'm a fool because I can put my energy and time into some narrow thing that would benefit me so much greater than what I'm doing, but I'm just not that smart. Brian's here. I got to pack it up and go to work. God bless. Have a great day.